Hello everyone, we are the Group 2 presenting the Philippine history about Cavite Mutiny.
I do not agree with what you have to say, but I'll defend to the death your right to say it. A quote by Voltaire, a French writer who speaks about freedom. Freedom has many different meanings, but people know that freedom is the power or right to speak or act without restraint. In the 1800s, the Philippine people suffered from the Spanish colonization, which led chaos to the Philippine nation. The Filipinos suffered from the Spaniards such as corruption, abuse, and no-pay labor. On January 20, 1872, 200 Filipinos who were employed in Cavite started a revolt. This was because of how the Spanish government voided their payment of tributes or was rising up the taxes, which caused the Filipino people to start a revolution that would bring independence to the Philippines, which results to the Cavite Mutiny. What is Cavite Mutiny? Cavite Mutiny is one of the greatest historical events of the Philippines and the major awakening of nationalism among the Filipinos. During February 17, 1872, after the revolt on January 1872, this has led to the execution of the Gomburza. The Gomburzos are prominent people that consist of three priests: Mariana Gomez, Jose Burgos, Jacinto Zamora. They were fighting for equal rights, secularization, and leading a campaign that was against the Spanish friars. And they were also known to be the next leaders in planning to overthrow the Spanish government. The Cavite Mutiny is considered the rise of the Filipinos or the beginning of Filipino nationalism, leading to a Filipino revolution. This led or inspired the Filipinos to fight against the Spanish government and strive for independence and freedom. Jose P. Rizal, our national hero, dedicated his work El Filibusterismo to the Gomburzas to dedicate their heroic sacrifice as the martyrs of Filipino independence.
The Cavite Mutiny is an aim of natives to get rid of the Spanish government in the Philippines. Due to the removal of privilege enjoyed by the laborers of the Cavite, arsenals such as exemption from the tribute and forced labor. Governor Izquierdo dissolved the native regiments of artillery. He ordered the creation of artillery force to be composed exclusively of the Peninsulares. Prohibition of the founding of the School of Arts and Trades for the Filipinos. The Cavite protesting the leadership Izquierdo not only for abolishing the privilege, but also the prohibition of founding the school. Spanish want to maintain the power. The Cavite Mutiny and execution of Gomburza had led to another tragic yet meaningful part of the Philippine history. This tragic event left a scar on the heart of some Filipinos. Even Dr. Jose Rizal used this tragic event as a reference on one of his work, which was the El Filibusterismo. He even wrote on the dedication page, quote, "I dedicate my work to you as a victory of the evil which I undertake to combat."
The Cavite Mutiny happened because of the abuse of the Spaniards towards the Filipinos during their colonization in the Philippines. In January 1872, Filipino workers and soldiers in Cavite started a rebellion against the Spanish government, which led to a tragic loss of lives, including the three priests which are known as the Gomburza. This made the Spanish government to enforce their military power to instill fear in the Filipinos and keep them from revolting against them. Instead of fear, this sparked the rise of the Filipino Revolution to strive for their freedom, which led them to victory. Cavite Mutiny has now made a huge impact to all Filipinos and considered as one of the greatest historical events of the Philippines.
Thank you for listening. We hope that you learned something.